Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So we have to talk about some good news, and that is that Utah has bended the knee, along with Indiana. Utah's Rhino governor, Spencer Cox, is now cooperating and pushing for a appeal to the Utah Supreme Court to basically reverse the Rhino court decision that would give Democrats one seat. And we've already debunked why this was a very stupid pathological lie that, once again, this is out of appeasement. For some reason, getting 30% of the vote means that you are, of course, required to get one seat. And we already know that, no, that's actually not the case, because we have many different states, like Republican and Democrat, that doesn't use that exact logic. Arkansas, for example, is a red state that doesn't give Democrats one seat. And then you have also states like Oregon. All right, I use Oregon. New Hampshire, okay? You got Rhode Island. I'll be fair. It is a state that is very difficult to redistrict in the GOP's favor, so I'll let them go on that one. But you also have, like, Connecticut, for example. You can give Litchfield County, for example, you can redistrict, like, Litchfield County. I've done it before, and give it to the Republicans. That's one seat. Maybe it's a little bit more of a swing district, but you could flip that and give it to Republicans. But no, these Utah Republicans feel guilty. They feel like they are betraying democracy because we're demanding for a little bit of accountability, because there were illegal aliens in our census, and that never should have happened in the first place. So what we're doing now is basically, obviously, this was red flag to begin with, because we do know that this was orchestrated by the Democratic Party, and that, you know, it's not coincidental that right in retaliation, where we got Missouri, we got North Carolina, and we got Florida redistricting, Indiana, out of the blue, Utah turns on us and decides to take one seat and give it to Democrats. I would have a bridge to sell you if you think that this was just coincidental. Nope, they just thought about it out of the blue. Really? We got North Carolina and Missouri, 2 seats going for the GOP. And California just approved their ballot measure. So you're telling me that Utah just woke up one day and said, you know, I feel very nice, and we're just going to give Democrats a free seat. You think this wasn't politically orchestrated? Really? Everything. The Democrats are back to that after telling us that we're living under a regime right now. They're telling us we're living under a regime, that Trump is somehow king, Trump is a dictator, and that now they're telling us, well, yeah, Trump is a dictator. The Supreme Court is rigging the law in favor for Trump, giving him presidential immunity and all. But no. The Supreme Court in Utah, the circuit courts, the appeal courts, all the courts, they're fine. Yeah, they randomly gave Democrats a seat after Republicans won 2 seats in Missouri and North Carolina, not 2 seats, a seat each. But it's fine, not a big deal. Really? They want their cake and eat it too. That's what they really want. So I support this battle, and we need to take it all the way to the top. And seeing that hopefully we do remove Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, we definitely need to go after Alabama and Louisiana, because those seats were illegitimately taken. That's something that I do think that Alabama and Louisiana need to return to go do redistricting for sure. If Georgia and South Carolina, they want to join in, go ahead. But Alabama, Louisiana, and even Mississippi, I would love to have Mississippi join in, but Louisiana, Alabama, if they want, for sure, because Democrats manipulated those courts to take a seat, both of them each. And honestly, those seats should be Republican right now, and it's unfortunate that they are Democratic. But let's just say right now, this is how things are looking at when it comes to the gerrymandering war. Okay? So we are looking to redistrict in Indiana. All right? We take those Indiana seats. Let's just say Virginia, it's likely that they are going to get away with redistricting in then again, it's kind of difficult and kind of hard to say. Red Eagles having like one seat go for Republicans, I think it's probably just going to be 5-1, mainly because I've done District R. You can test this theory out. It's kind of hard to gerrymander that and do that all. So it's probably going to look like something similar, something close to like something like that. But you have Virginia joining the gerrymandering war. You have Indiana. We talk about, let's just say those, and it's not really guaranteed because that we're going to successfully appeal this, because then again, the Supreme Court is full of rhinos. So best case scenario, we flip this, we successfully succeed in overturning this. This is what it's probably going to look like. Yes, we probably win in southern Texas. We'll just go ahead. Well, actually, we'll just leave them toss up for now. How about that? We redistrict in Florida. Florida does redistricting. We flip the seats that we aimed for. I believe we're keeping District 20. But we flip these seats here. Okay. All right. Republicans have a 13-point lead. And keep in mind, Democrats will likely, if we go with Florida redistricts, it's very likely that Democrats will redistrict in another state, whether that be Oregon. I think that's pretty hard to do. Maryland is very possible. Let's just say Illinois decides to go forward with redistricting. Darren LaHood. Maybe Minnesota once. Minnesota could possibly take my home district, District 6, kick Tom Emmerich. But I think he's such a polarized figure, such a big figure. I think that's going to be very difficult to do. But perhaps they could make the first district more liberal, in other words, or the 8th district, Pete Stauber's district, there. They could reverse in Wisconsin. There's a lot that's going on, but let's just say this is what it's, in best case scenario, they could gerrymander and take Darren LaHood's district in District 16 in Illinois. And I mean, at that point, we might have to force Kansas. So it's going to get pretty ugly. And I'm just saying, this is the road Democrats wanted to take. I mean, they could have just let us do our thing in Texas. And Gavin Greasy Newsom, because he wants to run for president, he wants something to say, look at what I did. He decided to get his greasy nose in. And what happened? He started a gerrymandering war, because you would be remiss and would be very stupid to think that Republicans would just let you get away with manipulating Californian voters with a ballot measure, lying to them, saying that this is only temporary. No. This is permanent. And we're not going to let you get away with this. The map in California is rigged as it is, and now it's even more rigged. And looking at, we go with Missouri and North Carolina, we're only retaliating. We're playing this game. We were not going to do redistricting in those states. We were only going to do Texas. Ohio is different because they were mandated by a ballot measure in 2024. But other than that, we were only doing our thing in Texas. this is 100% legal and precedented because Kathy Hochul redistricted in 2024 to get District 19 in favor of Democrats, so Josh Riley could get in the said in Congress. And so this is 100% political, and this is legal. Yes, it's dirty. Yes, it's controversial. It's unpopular. But what can I tell you? What can I tell you? Change it. Change the law. Run for Congress. What else? So as long as it's legal and all of that, we're going to continue to we're just going to continue to redistrict. And we had a legitimate reason to redistrict. New York, Kathy Hochul didn't, okay? They didn't have a reason. They wanted to win. We wanted to make the Texas maps fair. And perhaps maybe we would have done redistricting in Florida. But Florida and Texas have legitimate reasons. We have a migrant crisis in those states. The illegals managed to rig the census numbers. And the ballot numbers and the voting data is skewed in favor of Democrats. So we need to reset the numbers in favor of the election results in 2024. So obviously, that's kind of what we're going to do. And for me, it's not about helping the GOP win as much as it is that trying to correct course and trying to even the playing field. Because for me, it's not fun to gerrymander all the way to 218. It's really not fun. And what does that even do? I mean, other than 28, when election day comes around and no one celebrates because the inevitable happened. You Republicans got 218. We were going to get 218. And other standards that aren't met, we would be moaning and groaning over, even though we won the House, we won the Senate, we kept the trifecta. So other standards, we would be expecting more. But you see, I do think the houses will go Democratic. I think Democrats are going to find a way to 218 one way or another. The pendulum always swings the other way. And I think they're going to end up succeeding in that. What's their pathway? I'm not so sure. But you just saw recently the pathway is getting tighter. They keep going away with they're retaliating, and that's what Republicans need to consider. And that's why I'm saying Republicans need to find a viable pathway to a ceasefire to end this redistricting war. We definitely need to push to overturn that Utah decision. That has to go. We definitely need to push for Alabama and Louisiana and California. And if those standards are met and we keep Texas, we can end this conflict. We can end it. And we can reverse Missouri and North Carolina. I don't think Democrats would tolerate that or accept that. It might be controversial in our own base, but I'm just saying Republicans need to find a way to end this conflict. Otherwise, it's going to bite them badly in the butt in the midterms. It's going to backfire. So, yeah, I do believe that. I do. And you'd be like, how does it backfire? Will the voters revolt over this? No. But Democrats will find a way to 218. This is just how politics goes. And just kind of how history goes. So anyway, what do you guys think in regards to this video? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.